All right, now we're actually on lesson 47. I think I said the last video was 47, but that was 46. Now we're on 47. And lesson 47 is on the power of 10. And we're going to look at it 3 different ways. So the first way is if we see a problem that says 10 raised to some power times 10 raised to some power, what does that actually look like, or what does that mean? And anytime we have an exponent with the tens, all we have to do then is add the exponents. We don't have to worry about the tens. They come straight over. So our answer is going to be 10 to 3 plus 3 is 6. 10 to the power of 6. And if we actually have to write that out, 10 to the third is 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1,000, times another 1,000 equals, and we just put 6 zeros on there. Simple enough. Again, all we did was just add our exponents. All right. So now we're going to look at expanded notation. So I have the number 5,206, and I need to write it in expanded form. So if I look first, I start with my 5. 5 is the thousandths place, so it's going to be 5 times 1,000 plus 2 is in the hundredths place, so 2 times 100 plus, and there's a 0, so I can just skip the tens place. And then I have a 6 though in the ones place, so it's just going to be 6 times 1. So that's my normal expanded notation. Now, what does it look like to the powers of 10? So basically, it's going to be a little shortcut. So if I look at this, 1,000 is actually 10 to the third. So it's going to be 5 times 10 to the third plus 100 is 10 to the second. 2 times 10 or squared. And then the last one, 6 is in the ones position, so it's actually 6 times 10 to the 0. So those are my powers of 10. Well, all we did was put it in expanded notation first and then figured out what power of 10 it would actually be. And that would be according to the number of zeros. If there aren't any zeros, it's 10 raised to the power of 0. Yes, you have to put 0 because 10 or 6 times 10 is different than 6 times 10 to the power of 0. That tells us that it's just a 1. All right, and then the last is division. So I have 3.5 divided by 10 to the 4th. And if you just need to write it out, 10 to the 4th is going to have 4 zeros. And instead of actually dividing this out in long division form, we can mentally do it just by moving the decimal. And this tells us that we move the decimal 4 places. And because it's division, we're going to move the decimal to the left because this number is going to get smaller if we divide it. If we multiply it, it would go to the right. So I have 3.5. And I need to move the decimal over 4 places to the left because we're dividing, so it's going to get smaller. So I move it 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3.5 divided by 10 to the 4th is going to be 0.00035. So I should be able to punch that in and check with a calculator, and I should get that answered. I need to first do it on paper before I punch it in the calculator to double check it. And that is all for the powers of 10.